Have you ever pondered how one voice could ignite a revolution, sparking change through peaceful defiance? This is the power of civil disobedience, a term coined by American philosopher Henry David Thoreau, but practiced by many throughout history. It is the deliberate and public refusal to obey laws, demands, or commands of a government or occupying power without resorting to physical violence. This nonviolent approach has been a critical tool for change, encouraging societies to question and challenge unjust systems. It has been instrumental in shaping the course of history, from the American Civil Rights Movement to the struggle for democracy in South Africa. But perhaps one of the most significant applications of civil disobedience was during the Indian independence movement. In the heart of this movement was a simple yet powerful call to action that shook the very foundations of the British Empire. One such instance of profound civil disobedience was the Quit India movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. The year was 1942, a time of turbulence and transformation. The world was embroiled in the throes of the Second World War, a conflict that had stretched its dark tendrils into every corner of the globe, including the British colony of India. India, under the yoke of British rule, was a nation on the edge. Its people were weary of the injustices they faced daily, the economic exploitation, and the suppression of their cultural and political rights. The fires of rebellion and the thirst for freedom were simmering beneath the surface, ready to erupt at any moment. As the war raged on, Britain, desperate for resources and support, looked to its colonies. The Cripps mission was launched, a diplomatic effort led by Sir Stafford Cripps, promising Indian leaders a form of dominion status after the war. However, the vague nature of these promises, coupled with the absence of immediate self-governance, left many Indian leaders dissatisfied. In the midst of this, resentment against British rule was growing steadily amongst the Indian population. The war had brought with it a slew of hardships. The drain of resources for the war effort, coupled with the 1942 Bengal famine, had left the populace reeling. The seeds of dissent were being sown, with cries of "Quit India" echoing through the streets. The Indian National Congress, the leading political force of the time, was caught in this whirlwind of change. The party, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, was grappling with the decision of whether to support the British war effort or seize the moment to push for complete independence. The stage was set, a nation on the brink, a people yearning for freedom, and a leader ready to guide them. Amidst this backdrop of tension and uncertainty, Gandhi, the embodiment of peace and nonviolence, prepared to make his move. It was in this climate of chaos and conflict that Gandhi rose to deliver his Quit India speech. On the 8th of August 1942, Mahatma Gandhi stood before a crowd in Mumbai, ready to alter the course of history. This moment was not just another speech. It was a turning point, a rallying call to every Indian to rise against the oppressive British rule. The Quit India speech, as it came to be known, was a call for mass civil disobedience, a plea for the Indian people to do or die. In his speech, Gandhi made it clear that this was not a time for half measures. The stakes were high and the path was fraught with danger. But Gandhi believed in the power of the Indian people. He believed that their collective will could overcome any obstacle. He said, "We shall either free India or die in the attempt. We shall not live to see the perpetuation of our slavery." Gandhi's words resonated through the gathering, igniting a fire of resistance that would engulf the entire nation. His call was not for a select few, but for every Indian, regardless of their caste, religion, or gender. He urged everyone to contribute to the struggle in whatever way they could. Gandhi's Quit India speech was a masterstroke of strategic nonviolent resistance. He understood the power of the masses and knew how to harness it effectively. By calling for mass civil disobedience, Gandhi made every Indian a part of the freedom struggle, empowering them to stand up against the British rule. The Quit India speech was also a testament to Gandhi's unwavering faith in nonviolence. Even in the face of extreme adversity, he preached peace and non-aggression. His message was clear: India would not stoop to the level of its oppressor. It would win its freedom through peace and unity. Gandhi's words were not just a speech but a clarion call to the nation, a call for freedom. His call for mass civil disobedience was not just a strategy but a philosophy, a way of life that would eventually lead India to its freedom. Gandhi's Quit India speech did not fall on deaf ears. In fact, it reverberated across all corners of the Indian subcontinent, igniting a spark that soon turned into a raging fire. The aftermath was immediate and intense, just as Gandhi had intended. The British authorities, taken aback by the sheer audacity of the demand, responded swiftly. They were no strangers to Gandhi's tactics. They had seen the potency of his civil disobedience during the Salt March, and they were well aware of the waves of dissent this new call could stir up. Not willing to take any chances, they acted decisively. Nationwide protests broke out, a testament to the power of Gandhi's words. People from all walks of life took to the streets, their hearts ignited with the spirit of defiance. They were ready to quit India of British rule, just as Gandhi had urged. These were not just mere protests, they were a loud, unified declaration of the Indian people's yearning for freedom. The British, in their attempt to suppress the uprising, arrested key leaders of the Indian National Congress. Gandhi himself, along with many others, was detained. The leaders of the movement were behind bars, yet the British could not arrest the spirit of rebellion that had been unleashed. The repercussions were far-reaching. The arrests only served to fuel the fire. The people, now leaderless, were undeterred. They were ready to face the consequences of their civil disobedience. The spirit of Quit India had seeped into the very fabric of the nation. It was no longer just a speech, it was a movement. The British repression was harsh, the crackdown severe. Yet the overwhelming desire for freedom did not wane. The people held on to their defiance, their resilience echoing in the face of adversity. The Quit India movement, fueled by Gandhi's speech, had set the stage for a nationwide struggle for independence. Despite the repression, the spirit of defiance and the desire for freedom remained unquenched. The Quit India speech had not just been a call to action, it had been a call to awaken a nation. The aftermath and repercussions were a testament to the power of Gandhi's words and the indomitable will of a people yearning for their freedom. The Quit India movement did not immediately end British rule, yet its impact was far-reaching. This truth resonates across the annals of history, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of a nation that dared to demand its freedom. The Quit India movement was more than a call for independence. It was a call to awaken the spirit of a nation, to inspire individuals to rise above their circumstances and challenge an oppressive system. And in this, it succeeded spectacularly. The movement galvanized the Indian independence movement, thrusting it into the global spotlight. It was a spark that ignited a fire that would eventually consume the British rule. But the legacy of Quit India extends beyond the borders of India. It served as a blueprint for civil disobedience movements worldwide. The principles of nonviolent resistance that were at the heart of the Quit India movement found resonance in other struggles for freedom and justice. From the civil rights movement in America to the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, the echoes of Quit India can be heard. The Quit India movement also left a profound impact on future generations of Indians. It instilled in them a sense of pride and a belief in the power of peaceful protest. This belief continues to shape India's political and social landscape even today. From the fight for social justice to the battle against corruption, the spirit of Quit India lives on in the hearts and minds of millions. Yet the legacy of Quit India is not just confined to the political sphere. It has permeated every aspect of Indian life, from literature and cinema to music and art. It has inspired countless stories, songs, and works of art, each capturing a different facet of the struggle for freedom. In the end, the Quit India movement was more than just a moment in the annals of history. It was a turning point, a moment of reckoning that forever changed the course of a nation. The Quit India speech was not just a moment in history, but a turning point that continues to inspire civil disobedience movements to this day. Civil disobedience, as Gandhi showed us, holds immense power. This non-violent form of resistance, this refusal to comply with certain laws, commands, and demands of a government, is a potent tool for effecting change. It's a demonstration of the power of the people, a testament to the strength of a united front. The Quit India speech, a call for mass civil disobedience, was a pivotal moment in history. It galvanized a nation, inspired countless individuals, and became a symbol of peaceful defiance against oppression. It was Gandhi's belief in the power of civil disobedience, his faith in the spirit of the people, that helped pave the way towards India's independence. Civil disobedience is more than just a method of protest. It is a declaration of one's beliefs, a stand against injustice, a call for change. It is the embodiment of the idea that the power of the people is stronger than the people in power. In the face of injustice, remember the power of a single voice, the power of peaceful defiance, the power of civil disobedience.